to talk about MVP.
Some people debate that even before the season begins. I think we do have a front runner, but out of respect for the field, I'll keep that to myself.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. George is out there with Embiid. Then there's Lowry. Then there's Oubre. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot.
Excellent play call that time by Lowry, breaking up the defense with the pick and roll to create a shot for himself.
Ball sets a screen for Giddey. Back to Ball. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. The challenge is slowing down Joel Embiid. Asked Coach what the game plan was. He said with Embiid, you know he's going to get to the line. You know he's going to get his. Our goal is to keep him away from the basket. If we get him settling for jumpers, that's a win for us. We'll see if they can force him to become a shooter in this one. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
How about the big fella? Embiid gets the steal and takes it all the way.
Oubre against Giddey. They get a hand on it. George with the steal. Oubre passes to Grimes. Lowry from outside. Chicago grabs the miss.
That's the first miss for this offense. They've hit 3 or 4 to start.
Ball dishes to Vucevic, and the shot goes down.
And that's just an example and display of strength from Vucevic. I mean, just overpowering whoever's in his path.
Chicago shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there. And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Giddey kicks to White. Charity stripe shot. It's hauled in by George.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Now, here's Lowry. Coming in off a 12-point game, his last outing. 5 to shoot. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Now George. Following the miss by Lonzo Ball from deep. Outside for George. And it's off from three-point range. Chicago trailing here. Giddey the pass to Ball. It's stolen by Lowry. Oh, and here comes Oubre all alone. And finished off by Oubre.
And Lowry has been doing that for years, using his active hands and turning the defense into offense.
Ball finds White. That falls. Nice speed that time from Ball.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Lowry for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Lowry's got 5 now.
Boy, there's a pit bull kind of quality to Kyle Lowry's game. He's relentless at both ends.
Poke loose. Here's Grimes. Another 3 for Philadelphia. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
From deep, George. Chicago grabs the miss. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The shot by Buzelis, no good. Philadelphia leading by 4. Here's Embiid. The jump shot from the baseline is right on target. 6 points for him. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Bulls. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
First in free throw percentage, and they also show up top 5 in terms of fewest turnovers per game. That's a great stat to be in the top tier in.
And I can't help but focus on their free throw shooting percentage, GA. They've been dialed in at the free throw line. Pass to Buzelis. Some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Ball no good. The 76ers leading by 6. And Joel Embiid is a giant center. Clark, his size, his arm span. How does his sheer size, do you think, affect the game?
Well, he's a mountain of a man. Not only is he tall, he's wide, and he's deep too, Kevin. In other words, he's hard to get around. And he's also hard to challenge because he's north and south. So, and you factor in his touch. This guy does things that I've not really seen a guy of his size do, particularly when you talk about pity-patting the dribble and knocking down face-up jumpers all the way out to the three-point line. It should almost be unlawful for a guy north of 3 bills to be doing that.
Here's George after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Clock at 4. From about 19 feet. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
And, you know, those are the kind of games that sting and that bad taste lingers. Knowing you were in it, but not coming through down the stretch, those are hard to get over sometimes.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Just couldn't be denied there. Giddey was willing to fight to get that one to fall.
And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks. Well, the Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio, along with the great value signings around the edges. Philly is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big 3. And they have a real chance now to win a championship.
No doubt about it. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams.
And that's a spot of the floor Giddey wants to improve. It certainly puts in the work there to get better.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Jump shot is good that time. And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by 3. Ball dishes to Smith. Out left to the wing. Here's Buzelis. And the Bulls with another miss.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Here's Giddey. Paul George making his last shot. White. And it's Grimes with the rebound. To the middle. Here's George. Buzelis grabs the board. Bulls trail by 5. Outside, White. Pass the ball. Back to White. Let's go. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Last game matched up with the Magic. A tough loss there.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Yeah, and that's really inexcusable. I mean, there's just no way that you can justify that. When you don't put the work in on defense, you're going to end up on the losing end.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree. They do, David. Thank you very much. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Make some noise for your incredible.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Collins checked in for Buzelis. Williams comes in for Josh Giddey. Kevin Huerter, he is checked in for White. And Trey Jones subbed in for Ball. So it's Chicago now, 9-point game. Jones looking for an opening. Can they get it? From beyond the arc and then some.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's McCain. He's coming off a 25-point game against Orlando. And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
There's a screen by Collins. There's the three. Another three for Chicago.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Walker. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Here's McCain. And the rejection by Collins. Chalk up 2 there. McCain's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Jones. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
2 minutes.
Now Edwards. Pass to Walker. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now a 10-point 76ers lead.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
1:29 left to play in the first. Walker against Herter. Drummond with a screen on Herter. And Drummond throws it down.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Jones, no luck. The 76ers leading by 10. Here's Edwards. Off target from the baseline. And Chicago shooting 47% here so far. Herter kicks to Jones. Smith outside. A 3-ball. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to McCain. Shoots. Chicago grabs the miss. 24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Williams passes to Jones. Now Herter. Williams with the ball over Gordon. And again, Chicago. No good. Walker with it. Here's McCain. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers going into the break with a 10-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
Bulls trail by 10. Collins is out there with Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. Then it's Jones. And it's Terry in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Here's Lowry. Pass to McCain. Ball's knocked loose. And here is Ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
Now here's Jones, trailing here by 8. 4 on the clock. From deep three-point land. Walker with the rebound.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Drummond, a huge target rolling to the rim.
Here's Jones. He's got 5 over Lowry. That's good. The Philadelphia lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Jones. Lowry against Jones. And the rejection by Collins. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Jones. Collins against Drummond. Williams has a screen for Ball. Collins. And it's sent back by Drummond.
You got to be careful shooting around Drummond. I mean, he has a really good knack for when to go for the blocks.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Ball no good. And so George will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Ball size and timing really an asset when it comes to him blocking shots.
First personal foul. First team foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Guys, I think free throw shooting is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Williams. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Ball. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Bulls shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. That free throw good from Giddey. And some changes here for the 76ers. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Oubre comes in for Walker. And it's Butler in for Kyle Lowry. And both free throws good for Giddey. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Butler finds Embiid. In the corner, George with it. Outside Butler. Embiid with the screen on Jones. Connects from three-point range. Butler's got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Now here's Jones, defended by Butler. Jones against Butler. And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. Number 5, the Bulls.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Greg, you think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants to talk to his guys. Now it's the numbers for Paul George.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards
for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Butler against Jones. Pass to Vucevic. Tipped away. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's just strength from Paul George. I mean, fighting through the contact and doing a good job of it there.
Philadelphia shooting their fourth shot at the foul line here. The Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in.
One shot. And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Now here's Giddey. He's coming off a 25-point game against Indiana.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Here's Buzelis. Good work there as it goes. Philadelphia leading by 16. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works with the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
And that one's good by Butler. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter. Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Vucevic against Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid.
Quite honestly, Vucevic is highly skilled at getting defenders to be physical with him. I mean, he's welcoming of contact, especially when he's going up for a shot.
And he makes the first.
And, you know, very quietly, Vucevic puts up phenomenal numbers consistently. A nightly double-double threat who, you know, bullies opposing defenses on the regular.
And both free throws good for Vucevic.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Pass to Embiid. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
And the first one drops.
The constant evolution of Embiid's game, really impressive. A credit to his work ethic. He continues to get better, becoming a bigger threat with his improved arsenal.
He's off on the second.
Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
The 76ers leading by 14. And George kicks to Oubre. And that one's on target from the wing. And so it's Terry bringing it up for the Bulls. Pass to White, takes the 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Here's Giddey. After the Sixers pick up 2, Vucevic finds White. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. And that's now 10 points for Kobe White. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin? Wow.
I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. The 76ers leading by 14. Outside, George. Inside. Embiid, no good. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Vucevic a screen on Oubre. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. Well, we've seen some defensive wizards among the NBA's freshman class this season. Let's now take a look at the rookie steal leaders. Matas Buzelis, third.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Yeah, and I think it's a unique talent and instinct he has. I mean, timing out the dribble, seeing the pass before it happens. Really excellent hands when he goes to strip the ball, and I think he's only going to get better.
Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Giddey. Outside, White. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Smith sets the pick for Buzelis. Sinks the triple. Buzelis has got 5 points in the quarter.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his 3-ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes easier. First in free throw percentage, and they are third in terms of fast break points. They are a team that is always looking to put pressure on your defense in transition.
And I can't help but focus on their free throw shooting percentage, GA. They've been dialed in at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from Butler.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
And he makes both free throws. Now here's White. 10 points for him. Smith sets the pick for White. Over Butler. And it's White missing.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
For Philadelphia, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. Balls checked in for Josh Giddey. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Walker's checked in for Kelly Oubre. The free throw drops for Embiid.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Buzelis with the ball. Edwards defending. And White, the bucket on the assist by Buzelis. White's got 7 points here in this quarter. Ball against Butler. Pass to Walker. Embiid with the screen on Herter. It's stolen by Smith. Here's White. It's hauled in by Edwards.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Chicago with the ball after the Sixers pick up 2. Now, Buzelis, 5 points in the game. Here's White. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
First free throw is good.
The athleticism and blinding speed White possesses is impressive. This guy plays with a lot of moxie.
Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. Andre Drummond's checked in for the 76ers. Kyle Lowry comes in for Butler. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Lowry. He's got 5. Pass to Walker. Drummond sets the screen for Walker. He's looking for Drummond and finds him.
Another day, another chance at the rim for Drummond. This is where he likes to do his best eating.
Smith with a screen on Gordon. Smith outside. Fires the 3. Eric Gordon with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
From deep, Walker. Rebound by the Bulls.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
1:36 left in the second quarter. Misses the chippy right there.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Outside, Ball. There's the triple. He makes that one drop only a second in 5 tries.
Yeah, you know, it's a quirky release. There's no denying that. But he's a reliable shooter and scorer from the perimeter. Lonzo Ball making it happen.
Now, here's Lowry. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. For Philadelphia, they have shot the ball well from the...
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And he knocks down the first one. Chicago making some changes. Zach Collins checked in for Smith. And Trey Jones subbed in for White. And Edwards drops them both. 1:04 left here in the second. On the wing, Jones. Now recovering. Herder against Edwards. And it's sent back by Drummond. Walker taking his time here. Here's Gordon. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Lowry against Jones. Down low, here's Collins, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Collins has got 7 points in the game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Walker against Ball. Walker with it. Drummond with a screen on Ball. From deep, Walker. And so it's Philadelphia feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Joel, an early lead and a lot to like in the performance thus far. Would you agree?
Oh, I thought we played great. Defensively, I know that I had someone behind me if I made a mistake that was going to protect the win. I thought we did great.
We know the adjustments are coming, and we'll see who takes advantage. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Howdy, folks. The moment you've been waiting for is here. Before we recap the first half, let's see what the standings look like in the East.
Looking at the Bulls, they hear the clock. Trying to coast through the season straight into the playoffs? Not how it works, fellas. They don't have the talent to pull that off. The effort has got to be there.
And let's move on now to those first two quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Bulls.
Their opponent is beating them up on the boards, and they're not taking it well.
No, they are not. It's been pretty embarrassing. Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Coby White.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of him.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And so, in the game for the 76ers, Oubre out there with George. Then there's Embiid. Then there's Lowry. And it's Grimes in its shooting guard. Vucevic setting the pick for Buzelis. No good from outside. The 76ers leading by 17. Here's Embiid. Buzelis grabs the board. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. There's the drive. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
George takes the contact, but good body control there allows him to finish.
This is his second attempt at the line tonight.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
That free throw good from George.
And what I love about Paul George, the production, year after year after year.
Pass to Buzelis. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Picked by Vucevic. Outside ball. Pass to Vucevic. Offline with his 3. The 76ers leading by 20. Lowry kicks to George. Here's the 3. Ball with the rebound. Now Chicago has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. White the pass to Ball. Shoots the 3. And it's White missing.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Pass to Grimes. From the arc. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
and they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Outside, Ball. Now White. Back to Ball. Pass to Buzelis. And another miss by Chicago.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
George looking over the floor. Here's Embiid. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Timeout.
George has got 3 assists now in this one. And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Dance Cam. Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen. You show us the best moves. Let's go. Next answer. Let's see those moves. Look at those moves.
Such an important part of the game. Here are the league leaders in that department. Second is Paul George.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Giddey. And he makes that one. Giddey's got 7 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
And George kicks to Embiid. Oubre on the wing. Here's McCain. And the 3 ball is good. 9 points in the game so far.
Usually you can expect Oubre to be the finisher, but when somebody else is this open, he moves the rock.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Ball. From outside the arc, hits the 3-point bomb.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Oubre. 76ers moving the ball around. There's the pick. Takes a step back. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. White. And it's Grimes with the rebound. Philadelphia leading by 20. Oubre finds George. Here's McCain. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
George continuing to become a better passer. That's one area that's clearly improved over his career.
Outside, White. And he gets it to go. Here's George. 12 points for him. Pass to Oubre. Here's McCain. Just 5 to shoot. Embiid with a screen on White. Here's McCain. They get it back. Looks good. Is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
Boxing out Embiid has to be a focal point for them, or else he'll continue to eat them up on the offensive glass.
Now here's White. He's covered closely. White with another miss. Philadelphia leading by 23. Elbow shot. George, no good. Oubre against Giddey. Here's Buzelis. 5 points in the game. Drains the three-pointer. Buzelis has got 8 points.
Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. So for the Bulls, Smith checked in for Vucevic. Terry comes in for Josh Giddey. And Trey Jones subbed in for White. Butler on the wing. Defended by Jones. Right side, George. Outside, Edwards. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one.
Seeing George spread the wealth and picking up the assist, I think he's a better player when he's sharing the ball like that.
Jones drives in. Count that one. Jones has got 10 points in the game. The 76ers leading by 21. Here's McCain. 12 points for him. Ball with the rebound. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Shot by Terry, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Now Jones. Paul George missing from long range. Back to Jones. Pass to Smith. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Outside Butler. And here is Drummond. 11 points in the game. It's stolen by Smith. And it's slammed in by Smith.
Smith finishing with power. I like that dunk right there.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Outside, George. Butler dishes to Drummond. Shot clock at 6. Drummond with a screen on Smith. They get it back. Oh, and the jam by Drummond.
Boy, look at the big guy getting tricky. Drummond doesn't waste a chance to get creative at the rim. That's pretty impressive for a big guy.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Jones. 10 points for him. And it's sent back by George. Three-pointer, Butler. Good on the triple. Butler's got 14. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
They've been pounding any miss on the glass and cashing in on the offensive boards. I've been impressed with that aspect of their game.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Out to Edwards. Over Terry. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 9 points in the game so far.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Ball. Nice jump shot. Good. Ball's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Now comes to the floor, your incredible. Now on the court, your hot squad. Get out and let them hear you. Fans, if you want a t-shirt, we have to be able to hear you. So make some noise.
Chicago making some changes. Collins checked in for Buzelis. Williams comes in for Terry. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry comes in for Butler. Left side Lowry. And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
And Philadelphia has possession. Lowry finds George. Drummond a screen.
He has not had the same focus we saw in that first half. Really struggling here in the second.
Lowry has the open look. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lowry's got 8 points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Pass to George.
2 minutes remaining.
Now Lowry. 8 points for him. Gordon with it. He's defended by Huerter. 5 on the clock. In the corner. George with it. Over Smith. It's all in by the Bulls.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Jones, the pass to Huerter. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia with the ball. A big stretch here going 10-2. Lowry against Jones. Now, here's Lowry. He's tightly guarded from the top of the key, and he comes up with the deuce. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's Lowry's shot right there. Always looking to capitalize from that range.
Lowry against Jones. Smith on the wing. Pass to Collins. Out of bounds. It'll be 76ers ball.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Lowry. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
Walker's checked in for Philadelphia. Pass to Edwards. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds in this game. Gordon against Herter. Outside, Jones. Baseline jumper. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals. 5 for 8 in the game. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Walker against Williams. Drummond sets the screen for Walker. And the 3 off target. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Carter out there with Terry. Then there's Patrick Williams. Then it's Collins, and it's Herter in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Butler. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Thursday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Miami Heat. Then on Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
Matchup. It's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
The first one falls. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you admire in a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another, it matters.
Now here's Herter. To the paint. Ball stolen. Stolen by Collins. It's Terry outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Terry's got his first 3 points of the game.
Boy, and the defense there looking lost on that play.
Butler kicks to Walker. Drummond with a screen on Terry. And a wide open look for Walker. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Herter, no good. The 76ers shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. And there's the whistle on the shot.
I'm like the janitor. Everyone else punched the clock, even though